Seahawks fans, if you're looking for the #1 fastest growing Seahawks channel on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. After a big-time 38-25 win, Russell Wilson, man, absolutely cooking. But you know what? I do have to nitpick just a little bit.
Fair.
And I'm going to nitpick at the Seahawks defense, but more specifically, their ability to really be able to get after the quarterback here. So, yes, they allowed 25 points to the Falcons, and there's a lot of talent there. You got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley.
Russell Gage had 9 catches for Atlanta.
Sure. I mean, they had a very, very explosive offense. Now, I think a lot of that might have been some garbage time thrown in there.
There absolutely was.
But if you're the Seahawks and maybe you want to take that next step and you're like, okay, if the one area that we're struggling in right now is maybe trying to find that edge rusher, what do you think about this idea? Going out and signing one Clay Matthews.
There is some rationality behind it here. I'll start with the reasons for Matthews, and I'll break down why I think it might not be a one-to-one match here.
Okay.
Seattle was reportedly interested in him before. That
Correct.
was around the Everson Griffin Clowney saga. They ended up getting neither of them. Matthews remains unsigned. He spoke with the Denver Broncos about a potential deal. Apparently the money wasn't quite right for Clay Matthews, but as you get past week 1, veteran salaries are no longer fully guaranteed, so it might make some more sense. He's coming off an 8-sack year, so you go, well, shoot, we could use that. It's a little bit deceptive. Sacks aren't always the greatest indicator of how good a player actually was. That was kind of the case with Clay Matthews, especially after he came back from injury. Broke his jaw. Actually, I think it was against the Seahawks, by the way, when he was playing for the Rams last year. Was not the same guy when he came back. But if you're looking at this Seahawks team and you go, okay, what's our biggest problem right now? Might be some defensive line issues in terms of interior, because you got Punafore, Jaron Reed, and you're very, very thin at that particular point. But on the outside, Benson Mayowa, and Bruce Irvin, who we'll get to at linebacker, and Jaron Reed, played most of your snaps. Everyone else was in a rotation.
Correct.
Now, L.J. Collier, Rasheem Green, those guys play that 5 technique role for the Seattle Seahawks defense. Benson Mayowa is an edge. The issue for Seattle, and why this move might not make the most sense, is if you're trying to deploy Clay Matthews in the best role possible, I think it's the Bruce Irvin role, where you're kind of a strong side linebacker in the Seahawks scheme, but in reality, you're just a pass rusher. You're just playing a different labeled position. Your main job is going to be to go after the quarterback. I think Irvin right now is a better player in the NFL. So you could bring in Clay Matthews. It gives you added depth, but I think you would try to find someone, and not many good options right now, that can be a full-time defensive end in their scheme. So it makes some sense, but there is a but that I wanted to include there.
Seahawks fans, if you're trying to rock out with your hawk out, get the perfect package, 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/chat. Your balls, they will thank you. What comes in the perfect package? You get the Lawnmower 3.0. You get Ball Toner, which is a nice little spritz, if you will, kind of like cologne for your junk, plus the ball deodorant. If you sweat underneath your armpits, guess what? I know for a fact you sweat down there. You don't want to smell. Luckily, Manscaped has hooked us up here with the best deal available. That link is going to be available for you in the chat. Also in the description. And oh wait, if you're looking for a nice little cherry on top, you're also going to get the most comfortable boxers you could ever own, plus the carrying package. All available, manscaped.com/chat. Tom, are you going to rock out with your hawk out?
Thank you for not making that cherry joke I thought you were going to make.
Oh.
I thought you were going to do it. I appreciate that you didn't. You took the high ground there.
The higher ground?
Yeah.
I didn't want to totally ruin the show. Something that you could pop, though. Should Seattle sign Clay Matthews? Give me a Y for yes or type N for no. Really curious to see how this one goes. Tom, Seattle, should they sign Clay Matthews?
I will preface this by saying, if it's a vet minimum deal with like little to no guaranteed money and you can get out of it if he's not good, sure, those deals have never not hurt you.
Exactly.
Like, it's always fine. I'm not convinced it is the best option for Seattle, but I think it is something you should consider if you're looking for a little bit of extra boost at the pass rush spot/role.